filming the filmer. Mule buck. First shot. Roll them. Alright, ladies and gents. It is September 10th, opening day of rifle in BC. In most places. We hiked up here on the 9th. Got up here about 8 or 9 o'clock in the dark. Set up camp. Got to bed at midnight. Kind of got ourselves established today. This morning, I should say. And, we're gonna glass up this bowl where Kevin took his buck last year. See if we can't find something bedded down or catch something moving later this morning. Go from there. Kevin's up behind me. It looks like he's still getting his stuff together. He's back up there at camp. But just got the camera set up. Just got myself comfortable. So time to start glassing some beautiful country. Spotted our first animal just like last year. It's a goat. To break the afternoon lull. He's way over there. Let's see if we can zoom in on him. Got him. He just bedded down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's funny because he was bedded when I first saw him, too. Where he is? It's on the side of a vertical mountain. Like, what the fuck?
He's a long ways away. Now if we could just spot one where we've been looking for a deer, that would be fantastic. Oh, we spotted another goat. It's getting pretty windy. Today. Mule deer wise. It's hard to tell. there's our billy goat friend. Now, I'm just zooming out to show people how far away it is.
Try my camera and see if I can see something from that far away.
I'm getting the skyline shot. Goat number 2. Windy and cold. September 10th has not offered us a deer yet. But a goat. How far? How far? Fuck. Take the camera. Just outside. We'll probably see him when we get over there. She's smelling the rock I was sitting on. Yeah, she is. We've got deer right where we were glassing for bucks. We're back up at camp right now. And they're standing right where we spent the whole day sitting.
Yeah, literally just.
One's feeding right beside, the one I'm looking at right now is standing right where I stood. And the other one is sniffing the rock that Kevin was laying on.
That's fine.
They heard me.
Look at their ears just scared.
Yeah.
Dude, they were covering ground like hard.
First deer footage of the hunt.
I'm pumped.
We finally saw some does.
Yeah.
We're filming up on this boulder. They came right in by our camp. We're camped in right in here. And the deer came by over there. Went down to where we were glassing.
Just like magic up here out of nowhere.
First deer of the day. saw 2 deer and 2 goats.
Yeah.
Now we gotta get off this rock.
Here.
I almost ate shit.
I seen that.
Alright. We didn't get skunked on deer today. I feel better now.
Yeah. I guess it is worth going for a walk over there every now and again.
It is. You never know if there's a buck over there.
We awoke the second morning of the hunt to find ourselves in less than favorable conditions. Heavy wind and rain had our optimism high that game may be on the move. We hiked to the most suitable vantage point in the area, scanning a full 360 around us for the duration of the day. We were left to soak in nothing but the pure and untouched beauty of the landscape these rugged mountains had to offer, then met with silence. The ambitions and the dreams of the eager are met only by the stillness and solace of the high country.
How is that rain missing us, man?
Day 2.
It's day 2.
We saw 2 muleys last night.
Opening day magic.
And they came by our camp just like down below.
But as far as day 2 goes, she's been pretty dang quiet.
Yep.
Except for the wind. It was blowing so hard this morning, I don't even know how windy it was, but it was extreme.
It's been tough. It's brutal. Like, honestly. Just a whole lot of empty ground.
No wildlife.
Nothing going on. Windy, rainy, and that's what we're getting more of today.
Yep.
And cold.
I mean, we know there's not a lot of deer up here, but this is bad. I mean, we're looking at freaking 6-7 kilometers in a radius around us, and we can see a lot. And we've seen 2 animals. That are deer anyways. And 2 goats, and one of them wasn't even on this range. It was on a different chunk of mountain.
And then you just sit around and then you start to wonder, like, is there actually any deer here? And then you start doubting yourself. And I'm trying not to doubt myself, because if there's a couple does here, there's got to be more than just 2 does up here occupying all this land. There can't be just 2 does. So we're going to try and stay persistent for a few days. It's just kind of getting tiring of sitting here staring at nothing all day.
Yeah, nothing is moving, dark to dark.
We just need something to happen. We need something to make the deer get up and walk around. The goats were on the move yesterday. We just need that to happen with the deer.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a look at something.
Big country.
But yeah, there's rain 360 around us, and we're sitting in a dead zone.
Just in a bubble.
No wind. And
We're
it is
in the eye
gray.
of the storm.
We are in the eye of the storm.
I don't know how that works, but we're lucky that we're not getting pounded by rain. Because it's black.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she is pretty soggy out there in most mountains around us right now, especially over here. It is black.
There's rain coming.
This might be what we need, who knows? Or not, or what we don't need.
I don't know, man. It's boring, I will give it that. Especially because we don't have the option to really move. I mean, we could move. We could hike all the way over there. But if we hike that far and we shoot a deer, it's going to have to be a hog.
It would. Because that's a long ways over to that next mountain.
It would take us like 2-3 hours just to get to the edge where we can glass that far. Because right now we've been trying to glass and there's too much mirage. It's too far. It's like, I don't know, well over 5-6K in a straight line. Too far for deer. You're looking at specks of gravel on the hillside. So we're just hoping that something sticks its head out of these trees and gives us an opportunity to look at them at least, because that's what we need right now. A little pick-me-up.
Yeah, we do. Either that or maybe there's a deer wrapped around this corner on our hill. Who knows? There could be a buck. We have seen a buck on this hill before.
If it doesn't pour rain tonight, I'm going to hike up there and I'm going to stare down into the trees and make sure that nothing moves. It's just so crazy that there's not an animal over there.
It is.
It's like the best looking spot up here.
Well, we'll see what happens this evening.
That evening, we had made a plan to move to the distant range the following day, in hopes of finding what we had come here for. That night had started out cold and crisp, only for the heavens to open up with all its might. Up early, I'm behind the glass again, only to be met with open landscape. Little did I know that the heavy rain that night would align my path with a creature from my recent past. An encounter on this very high country ridge I would never soon forget. After making sure my shot had hit its mark from a distance, I turned around and walked back to camp to meet up with my brother to share what had just unfolded together, only to find out he was still tucked into his sleeping bag, not hearing the shot bellowing through the valley below. Guess he really needed the rest for the hike we had planned that day. Funny thing is, brother, that hike just got a lot bigger.
There he is. Man, he's freaking solid. Dude, look at how freaking big he is. Holy shit. Buddy,
Yeah,
that's a buck.
there's a buck.
What? Dude. We gotta get pictures. Oy. Freaking neat light.
Big old pig.
Look at that thing.
Gorgeous.
Man, his velvet got chewed. Velvet buck.
He looks so
God.
pretty, dude. Like, put his head back straight up. Oh, with the sun, too. Just gorgeous.
He's a tank.
Yeah. Can't ask for a better hunt.
Too bad. Well, that's just how it happens. You don't get it on camera.
It's okay, we get the pack out still. This is the third day of open season. Got a buck on the ground.
That's
Got
right.
7 days left.
Dude, high five. This is sick. Man, he's got the weirdest front forks ever. Dude, super weird. That's crazy.
Good
Really
buck.
curled fronts.
Yeah. Late, holding on to velvet late.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Never seen that in years.
Nope,
I've seen a handful of deer in my life with velvet beyond the 10.
velvet buck, dude.
Yeah.
That is so rad.
Pretty awesome.
never thought we'd get one in velvet.
No, me either. I thought velvet was over. Apparently not. Because there's one laying on the ground.
Yep, tagged out on a good one.
Man, I haven't shot a velvet buck since, I was 15.
He's round.
Yeah.
Full on round.
That's a big deer.
Thanks, Buck.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Gonna break the legs a little bit today.
2021 alpine trip. Where do we even begin with this? It's been slow.
Yeah, that's a good starting point.
We haven't been doing a lot of filming. We haven't been seeing a lot of animals.
We haven't been doing a lot of
We haven't
anything.
been doing a lot of anything, really. We've just been sitting behind the glass watching for days.
Not seeing anything. We had two, prior to this deer, we only saw 2 muley does, and they were right beside our camp.
Yep. And conveniently, this one is also very close to camp. But,
Oh, sorry, Kev.
I guess I could tell you the spiel. So I got up at, last year, I guess, in the video. What'd we say? We're going to skip the part about telling the story because
Yeah.
every hunter does that. But in this case, I didn't have my camera, so there's no footage of it hitting the ground. It's just all up here. That's pretty much what matters anyways. But
Yeah.
it was freaking exciting, I will say that. So I was a little disheartened. I got up early this morning and I was sitting around glassing everything. There's like miles and miles of country to look at. And in the morning is really the only time of the day that you can sit there with no mirage and see everything crystal clear. So I'm looking at the other mountain because we were planning on moving there today. And because we haven't been seeing anything over here. And I spent probably just over 2 hours glassing that other side this morning, and I didn't see a single animal move. So I'm like, okay, well, that sucks, but went over the other side of this mountain, glassed the backside for about 40 minutes, nothing there. Go back to camp, freaking grab my gun, and then I just started walking over here because I thought, well, hey, if I see something over here, I might as well have my gun, and I'm sure I'm happy that I grabbed it because I almost didn't grab it. And
No kidding.
yeah, I picked up my rifle twice this whole trip, and I just come bombing across the wide open hillside, not with a care in the world, and lo and behold, all of a sudden, boom, like right in front of me, freaking big buck's running away, and he's just bouncing straight, and I'm looking straight at him in the sunlight as it's just cresting out of the cloud on the skyline. And this buck is giving her like 110 freaking from the bottom, ran all the way up here, and I ranged him when he was running at almost 300. And I was like, okay. And then I just quickly laid down right away and like got my gun on a rock, so I had the angle to shoot up at him and dialed my scope to 2 MOA, and frick, I was just waiting for him and trying to count points, can't count points. And then all of a sudden, boom, he just decides he's far enough away. He starts to slow down, turns his head. I see clean 4. He took 2 steps, stood completely broadside, 1 shot, boom, dead.
Dropped him.
And I didn't even know what I shot, but it was pretty emotional. I pretty much instantly started crying.
Good deer.
Disbelief. There's just so few animals in these mountains, and it's a really big mental game when you're up here trying to find them.
Yeah.
And then to have something like that close, that point blank, no spot and stock, like split decision. I had like 15 seconds from the time I saw him to the time I shot him to decide whether I wanted him. And this is the 4th day, technically, with hiking in. And we haven't seen a buck.
Because
So
we came up a day before opener.
day before opener. So yeah, and here he is. I guess I'll show you guys the deer.
Yeah. I'm gonna get over here. Oh, he looks pretty.
He is. He's a nice buck.
Oh yeah. Dude, he looks gorgeous.
I haven't shot a buck in velvet since I was 15 years old.
Give me a turn.
And to get one with the rifle.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He's so nice and tall.
Yeah.
He's hard to hang on to. His head's heavy. He's got the really curled front forks.
I think it's a mature deer. It's huge bodied. He's got to, I think he's at least 4 or 5, this buck.
Either he had, well, it's just strange because the mass on him is actually decently heavy.
Yeah, it's almost as heavy as last year's buck.
Yeah, it's like he's got a really big head and big bases.
He could even be an older regress buck, we're thinking. We haven't looked at his teeth yet.
Yeah, we haven't looked at his teeth, but like his body sure does suggest that he's older.
Yeah, he's a cow.
He's a cow.
He's a cow. He's easily as big as last year's deer,
I know.
body-wise.
Yeah, and like this year was such a hot, dry year too, and even up here, like you got to think like that's got to take a toll on how these deer's antlers developed. Like as far as we know, this could be that buck from last year.
Yeah.
He just like went downhill.
It could be, because he looks just like him.
He does look just like him.
Yeah.
Last year, this buck, if it is the same buck, he had forks that were about this deep.
And a little bit better fronts. And virtually no more width.
No.
He was about the same width. I think it's a very high possibility this is that buck.
That I didn't get last year.
Yeah.
On another side of the mountain. It could be. Or one that looks exactly like him. Yeah, when he stopped, dude, that's what I was looking at. Like, when he stopped and he looked back at me, that's exactly how I would have been sitting. His ears were laid out kind of just gentle like that, and I just saw he was, like, tips of his ears and tall. 2-second decision. Because if I didn't shoot him, he was going over this little hump and he was gone.
Yeah.
Because he was actually up there, and he only had, like, another 20, 30 yards, and I wouldn't be able to see him anymore.
Just couldn't resist looking back.
Nope.
He couldn't resist.
I didn't even yip at him. I didn't even tell him to stop. He just ran out as far away as he thought once he got height of land advantage and looked down to see what I was. And boom.
That's a good deer, dude. And in a region where there aren't very many deer in general,
no, there's not.
It's even better deer.
That looks painful on the knee. Buck's on the back. It ain't comfy, that's for sure. Gotta pack this better, it is so unevenly weighted. Good news is, she's all downhill to the truck. Guess I gotta help you stand up. Oh, I can do it. Maybe. Oh, why does it always feel so much different than normal weight? I know, right?
Always feels different than camp weight.
It does.
It's just dead weight. Oh, okay.
Not forgetting nothing? Heavy packs this afternoon. Bucks in camp. Yep. Got her done. 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. We don't know for sure, but that very well could be a regressed version of the buck that I tried to shoot last year.
Yep. I think it very well is.
Dude, it has the kinks in the forks.
Yeah. It's the same buck. I think it is.
This, I remember this.
Yeah. And the turned in fronts.
But he had turned in fronts last year. They were just bigger.
Yeah, they were.
Slightly. They were like this long last year.
Yeah.
That's about it. He regressed a few inches off of his back, a couple inches off his back and fronts.
Yeah.
And he lost probably like
10 inches.
Yeah, about 10 inches of growth.
But it's probably either
him,
one or two things. He's either really old or it was a really dry summer.
Yeah.
And you just didn't get as much like nutrients maybe because the plants were suffering. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's him though.
It could be.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah.
Back to the unit.
Yeah, we did. Gonna get this thing in the cooler.
Lots of ice.
Now that we're back at the pickup and we can finally take those backpacks off, we knew we were under a time crunch here to deal with this meat, so we got it out of the packs, loaded into the coolers. Thankfully, our ice was still really frozen, so we knew we were good for at least 24 to 48 hours. So we just kind of relaxed a little bit, hung out, enjoyed the moment and the satisfaction of getting that buck all dealt with, and started a long hike back up there for the evening.
Stand here and watch you suffer. Holding that gas can up. We did her.
Up and onward?
Up and onward.
Well, after a hot day of pushing timber, bringing that buck off the mountain, hiking back up the mountain, it's a good feeling to be back. We got a much needed boost of motivation, and it felt really satisfying to be there and get to be a part of Kevin's buck. So we were super excited to go up there and try again. I was definitely feeling a lot more motivated than Kevin was at the time. He was absolutely bagged. And we know it's a long shot to kill a buck back-to-back days, but sometimes the what-ifs in hunting are all that you need to keep you going and to get you to wake up in the morning and try again.
Good morning. Cold again. I was bagged after yesterday. Justin's gone, so he went out for a walk, I'm assuming. Trying to find another buck. Let's hope he gets lucky. It's almost 9. I would imagine he'd probably be back here in an hour or so. Yeah. Day 4. Trying to double up. Well, average morning in camp. It's cold. We burned petrified 500-year-old trees for heat. It was so frozen this morning and so much water ran off of this. I had to set up my tripod in that tree and all the water dripped down into a cup, and I got a whole cup of water just off of frozen stuff. Keep all of our food in the vestibule. Boots go in there at night so they don't freeze. Justin's sleeping mat's like constantly deflating, so he's sleeping on most of my spare clothes. Scratch and win tickets when we're bored. Oh, I better show them the glassing rock too. Oh yeah, this is the chair. Rock chair.
Yeah.
Oop. There's the bowl that we're hoping that something walks into. And this is glassing rock. And we don't want to leave camp very far because you can see from this thing. On top of the world. I shot my buck over there. Beautiful day, but it's cold. Cold and windy. It's actually not that windy right now compared to normal. We have seen nothing over there except a moose paddle. There's a moose paddle way out there on the flats. We saw a goat up there. I guess, yeah. And you guys don't even know it. But I shot a deer. I think I just said that. Super lucky. Straight fluke. Yeah, I'm looking forward to eating something. I'm hungry. Boy. Life in the alpine. Here's breakfast. You can't eat that with a fork, man. That's fucking soup.
I just want a big double.
Well, it's day 5. We've decided to call it.
Yep. Ain't no deer around here.
We've only seen 3 deer
One of them we shot.
in 5 days, and one of them we shot, so we're gonna pack up, get the hell off this mountain, go find somewhere better to hunt for the rest of the time. We got
Greener pastures.
greener pastures. Probably just hunt local. We know that we can see deer at least when we go home, so it's just really rugged country up here. Like, there's not a lot of animals. I got super lucky in shooting the deer that I did. Like, not only if there are a few deer around up here, they're not moving. We've tried pushing timber, we've tried just sitting and watching, we've tried still hunting, like, and we physically aren't capable of going back and hunting the other mountain.
We'll never get the deer.
We never get the deer out. But yeah.
Okay, won't be filming bucks when we get home.
Just one of those things. We didn't double up, but we did get one, so we're not coming off the mountain losers.
That's right.
Not to say even if we didn't shoot nothing, we would be losers. It's been an awesome trip.
Yeah, that's been fun.
And I'm really stoked that we had good weather the whole time, because man, how do you beat this?
Yep.
Let's go find you a buck, brother.
Yeah, we gotta turn up a shooter somewhere. He ain't here.
He ain't here. Anyways, gotta keep packing, get the hell off this hill. Thank you, mountains. It is beautiful. I'm trying not to. Getting my feet out.
Your backpack's like not even on you tight.
Hey, we'll push it forward or something. Okay, I gotta stand. Oh, gross.
You good?
I guess. Are you ever good with this much weight on your back? Oh, my feet are killing me.
Coming off the mountain, I can't help but feeling that feeling of not wanting to leave. We had tons of success in this hunt. It honestly went as good as it possibly could have went, in my opinion, considering the heat and the lack of deer sightings. But the mountain beat my mind, and the lessons that I'm going to take away from this hunt are to stay persistent and stay motivated and optimistic for the next day.
See the truck sag?
Yeah. We're squatting.
Holy shit.
I know. That was a bad one. That was worse than yesterday.
That sucked.
Worth it though.
Yeah.
Woodstock took a few scratches, that's for sure.
Hey dude, you're gonna have to take that car cover off the rack for the drive home.
Yeah.
Because it'll fly off.
How's the meat looking?
Cold?
Melty.
Cold though? Did you touch it?
It's cold.
Nice. That's good. Well, back at the truck. All the stuff's loaded up.
Thanks for watching. Guess we're headed home.
Yeah. Love the sunshine.
Headed home. Wait, say that again. I just stopped it.
I said, hey mom, I'm wearing this shirt from Christmas. Brought me good luck. I'm wearing it for 4 days. I got all that fancy ass, super expensive QU gear in the freaking tent. Haven't put it on once. I don't wear it.
Walmart gear.
I'm wearing freaking, like, yeah, real tree camo and some fucking khaki pants.
Alright you guys, so it is over a year later and I'm gonna go get my buck back. Pretty excited. I only had the antlers for a couple days. Don't even really remember what he looks like, so it's gonna be a surprise. Really cool story behind this deer. I hope the mount turned out well. Velvet deer should look pretty cool on the wall, so going to Stalzer's taxidermy, he did that, and along with everything else I have in my possession taxidermy wise, so let's go. Alright, so we're here. Kelsey's in.
Then you'll paint along this edge, so it blends in.
Yeah,
You
so
don't,
you
you don't
don't-
really see it, but
Yeah, because they're so far.
I like to do it, right? It looks
Yeah.
better, right?
Yeah,
It's just, I'm kind of, right?
that's good though.
I'd say you're a perfectionist. This thing looks awesome, man.
I'll do what I can.
It's beautiful. His face is really nice.
Yeah, I like his dark kind of unibrow around his eyes.
Yeah.
He's such a sick buck. Old geezer.
Here and much that.
Wow, he's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But it's got one of those spots behind. And it's Sean should fix it around.
Look at all the scarring.
Yeah, very nice.
Together, we make it like this. Because it's so early, like sometimes they got, you know, when they're an older buck, they'll have marks everywhere, tore right up, but he wasn't too bad. I think he won a few battles.
I'd say so. Yeah, all the little marks in his neck and stuff are really
Yeah.
cool. Coloration in his face is really cool. You did a good job, man. Nice work.
Thank you. Just all that, you know, you stretch the cape on, you take your hands off, and all the hair is staying in your hand.
Yeah.
I can't have that. Yeah, those are link size. These are what we used to use in our cats.
Oh yeah, you can see.
But
the
I like
difference.
these. The panthers have these color cat eyes too, and they're basically the same. A panther, you know, a black cougar. That's what I call them.
Yeah, that's a nice looking cat. All these are cool. The bear's cool too.
Yeah.
Legit advantage.
That is something you do not see every day. That is a what? How many feet was this bear?
11 feet from nose to tail. I wonder if
It's an 11-foot polar bear skull. They made Boone and Crockett. Kels, could you hold this? Don't drop it. Look at the size of it compared to you.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down.
Yeah, that's a monster. Eh?
It's giant. It doesn't even make sense how big that is. I've never seen one before. It's huge.
I can't remember how long it is.